Registration forms are an efficient way to get people to sign up for events, camps, courses, and more. And no matter what industry you work in, you know how important registration forms are for meeting your attendance goals. So it makes sense that you would want to ensure these forms are as effective as possible. Hi, I'm Dustin Phelps with FormAssembly, and in this video, I'll be showing you how to build a college class registration form using form building best practices. So let's get into it. Depending on the type and purpose, registration forms can get pretty complicated quickly. We want to make sure that we're keeping users engaged and stress-free. This means our registration form should be easy to navigate and not ask unnecessary questions. Let's start with the most essential fields first. For our form, that's the student email, ID, and student name. So we'll start by adding fields for the email and ID. Next, we'll add a field for the student's first and last name. To make the process easier and faster for students, we can use a Salesforce connector. This will allow us to retrieve data from a student's Salesforce record and pre-fill their name based on the student ID they input. Let's configure the Salesforce connector so we can pre-fill this data. First, we'll need to connect and authenticate a Salesforce account. Next, we can continue with the connector setup by choosing the type of Salesforce object we want to look up. And finally, we need to map the fields we want to pre-fill in the form. In this case, it's the student's full name. Now with this connection setup, when a student enters their student ID number, the form will automatically pre-fill their name. It seems simple, but it has a big impact on user experience. Students won't have to complete this extra step manually. This is especially helpful since they've most likely already entered this information multiple times on previous school forms. And this technique can be applied to other fields as well to help speed up and streamline the process of filling out a form. All right, let's move on to the next part of this registration form, selecting the actual classes. First, let's add a department field. Even for small colleges, keeping class registration organized by department will simplify the process for students. And it will help us streamline the class selection process by only showing classes in their chosen department. When students select a specific department, we can have a list of relevant classes appear. Let's set that up using a drop-down field to pull a dynamic pick list of classes. We could also set up a dynamic pick list using Salesforce, which would allow the students to always see an up-to-date list of classes to choose from, but we'll cover that in another video. These form building best practices will help ensure you build a registration or enrollment form for any event or program that increases sign-up rates and improves user experience. If you want to learn more about data collection and form building best practices, we have many other videos in this form building best practices series you can check out on this channel, as well as some additional resources in the description of this video. Also, if you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing to this channel and hit the notification bell icon so you're always up to date with our latest releases. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy form building.